creates a pass. So this is something that you would do from your desk. You would log in and say you're leaving from period 1, and the teacher that you're with, type in the first few letters and then select the teacher's name and where you're going to. In this case, we're going to the main office, and you hit submit. This is now what you see, and at this point you would do what you normally do, raise your hand and ask your teacher for permission to leave the classroom. There are a number of ways that your teacher can approve your pass. Your pass, when it's red, is showing that it's waiting approval. Once a teacher approves your pass will turn green. If your teacher asks you to bring your pass up, just bring your device up to your teacher, and your teacher will click in on their name and type in their digital PIN. When they hit submit, the pass goes green and the stopwatch starts counting. Just so you know, this pass lives on the cloud, which means if you restart your iPad or your device or you log out, your pass continues to count the minutes that you're out. The next thing that you do is you are now headed to your main office, and when you get to the main office, you will need to be pinned in there. So when you arrive, make sure that somebody in the main office pins you in. This is what it would look like in the main office. They pin you in. And now do you notice that the pass has switched around? We're waiting now for the main office to sign you back out. You're in the main office trying to take care of business, some issue that you have or something that you were asked to take care of in the office. It might take you a minute or two. When the office is ready to send you back to the classroom, they will pin you out again. As you can see, the bottom of your pass begins to show your pass details. Right now I'm showing this in military time, and I'm doing this in the evening. So 1943 is really, as you all know, right? 7:43 p.m. And it will tell you who in the office signed you in. In this case, for Mr. Hammond, the PIN that was used was Mr. Hammond's PIN, and so there was no need to put any extra details there. But let's just say that when you come back to Mr. Hammond's room, Mr. Hammond is out, and there's another teacher in there covering for Mr. Hammond. Maybe he had a short, quick emergency. So the PIN that is used is by, let's say, a Mr. Lucia. So Mr. Lucia was not expected on that pass, and so Mr. Lucia's name shows up in red. And that is just to let everybody know that something unexpected happened, but it was okay, and just logged by, it logged the person's name who signed you in. And then because you were now back in your main classroom, the pass is over, and it just lets you know that it was also ended by that last person, Mr. Lucia. A few things you need to know. All pins are logged, so anytime a pin is used, even this Mr. Lucia pin is now logged on this pass, and so it's a way of teachers double-checking to make sure that they indeed signed off on all the passes that they needed to. They can see all the passes for every day. Now, the other thing you'll notice, students, is that there is a little number 2 up here. So when you go to create another pass, if you were to create another pass, say it's now period 3, and you wanted to go quickly, let's say you wanted to use a quick pass and just go to the water fountain. You put in your teacher's name. Let's just say that you are now in Mr. Lucia's class. You hit submit. Mr. Lucia can now see that there is a number 3 there. If he wants to, he can check and go, I see that you went to the office twice with Mr. Hammond, and one time was for 38 seconds. That was just me testing it. The second time, that's obviously a very quick time as well, to the office and back. And now you're requesting to go to the water fountain. So your teachers can see your history of where you've been throughout the day. And so can you. And you can just browse through them by using the arrow keys, or you can see the little circles down here that show you how many passes you have, or you have the little circle there. That is basically the essentials of eHall Pass. Very simple to use electronic hall pass system that improves security and communication for students and teachers.